working in the astronaut office is like being an eagle working with other eagles. To me, the optimum astronaut, you saw the movie Martian? That's the optimum astronaut.
Why is that?
I mean, he was a cool guy.
I'm here at the National Museum of the United States Air Force to sit down with astronaut Guy Bluford. Before becoming the first African-American astronaut in space in 1983, Dr. Guy Bluford was a straight-A student at Overbrook High School in Philadelphia. After graduating from Penn State with a degree in the relatively new major of aerospace engineering, he served in the Air Force as a pilot and led a team of engineers in the Flight Dynamics Laboratory, which is now part of the Air Force Research Lab. We had time to sit down with him for a few questions about space, ice cream, the Philadelphia Eagles, and his time at AFRL. You know, a lot of kids now aspire to be astronauts, want to be astronauts, and dream about it.
Sure.
But you didn't really have that. So who were your inspirations?
Well, I grew up in the 40s and 50s, so I grew up at a time when we were making transitions from propeller-driven airplanes to jets. So we went from the World War II airplanes of P-51, Mustang, the Thunderbolt, to the F-86 Sabre jet and all that sort of stuff. So I was fascinated by the transition and the new airplanes coming out, and you see it here in the Air Force Museum. So I was fascinated by the engineers who designed and built them, and my heroes were people like Jack Northrop of Northrop Grumman, or Kelly Johnson of the Skunk Works, or Dick Wickham of NASA. So I was interested more in why the airplanes flew and all of that sort of stuff.
Gotcha. So this is a good segue to a question from Twitter. So at Aero Historian asks, before becoming an astronaut, you worked at the Flight Dynamics Lab. Can you talk about your experience here at AFRL and your thoughts on the Air Force lab system then and what you see of it now?
I enjoyed the lab system when I worked in it, and I had a great job. I ran the aerodynamics and airframe branch, and we did cutting-edge research in aero. And it was an exciting field because we helped everybody. We worked with NASA, we worked with DARPA, we worked with Navy, we worked with the people on the base here, we worked with Israelis, we worked with a lot of different people on lots of different problems, and people came to us when they had an aero problem, and I had the people to do it. So it was just a great experience all the way around. I feel very fortunate to be a person who, as a kid, found something that he really enjoyed, sort of found their passion and chased after it, and it generated a great deal of pleasure. You know, I liked airplanes as a kid. You know, I never got over it, so to speak. I chased it down more and more, and the more I looked at it, the more excited I got about it. And I sort of did that all the way through my career. So I found something that I enjoyed, and I sort of chased it, and I take a great deal of pride in it.
That's great. So for me, when I was a kid, part of what got me excited was anytime I could get my hands on some Astronaut Ice Cream, and so
they don't eat that on orbit. Can tell you that?
They don't.
No, they don't do that. No.
Well, do you have a favorite? I mean, have you had astronaut ice cream?
I'm pretty sure I've tasted that stuff.
So do you have a favorite flavor?
I have no idea.
Would you want to share some?
I'll share it with you, but
right.
No, I'm not into that. That's somebody's commercial.
So you also, since you grew up with Philadelphia, are you an Eagles fan?
Big time.
Oh, yeah, so you're excited?
Oh, big time.
So where are you going to be when the parade happens?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Eagles underdogs once again doing it again.
Yeah.
Oh, astronaut food is good.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What was your favorite?
I like shrimp and hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So did you have to fight anybody for that? You got
No,
four
no.
other guys, right?
No. I just had shrimp and hot sauce for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, you just order it and make sure that it's in the system. Yeah,
Gotcha.
you know, yeah. I'll have shrimp, hot sauce for breakfast. Okay, lunch. Okay, you know, you have a choice of what you can eat. You pick out things that you eat.
Can you talk about what you see as the changing space environment?
It's getting busier and busier. Everybody recognizes the benefit of putting things in space, both you know, from a strategic point of view as well as from a financial point of view. And we are so interconnected around the world simply because we have all these things in space. So it's very easy for us to do things because we have things in space. So it's a growing business, and people are trying more and more to take advantage of space in order to improve the life here on Earth. Unfortunately, we continue to add more stuff to it, which increases the possibility of collisions, which could be catastrophic at times. And I get concerned about the fact that we need to start to seriously take a look at that. I mean, people are starting to take a look at how do you clean up the clutter, you know, how do you deorbit some of this stuff and all that sort of stuff. So we're starting to slowly but surely start to look at that.
Well, that's all for my interview. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and check out others from the Air Force Research Lab down below.